Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be doing a full face makeup at the Dollar Tree. Now I'm specifically using the brand Beauty Benefits, and whatever I don't have, I'm going to try and fill it with Dollar Tree makeup and or other makeup that I own. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and added some concealer, which I am using the Tarte Shape Tape, and I have the shade Fair Light underneath my eyes and on my lids, and I set it with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. Beauty Benefit didn't have any sort of contour shades. They had bronzers, but those looked way too orange and warm and shimmery that I'm like, no, that's not gonna look good on me. So I grabbed this LA Colors pressed powder foundation in the shade Tan. This looks like a really either pale bronzer or just a really pale like contour shade, and it's I would say it's fairly neutral. It's not cool, but it's not warm. Now I'm doing a very light dusting of this because I don't know how pigmented this is since it is a foundation. But it does blend out beautifully for like a nice shadow look. I'm going to try and like blend it out just a little bit more with this fluffy brush and just kind of like go over it because I don't want it to be too much. But I think that looks good. It's really pretty. If this is around your skin tone, I think it would be a really good foundation for a really light, easy day. You can definitely tell it's like a tad warmer than what I normally go for, but I still think it can work. I think this is a really good product for contouring if you're around my skin tone, or maybe bronzer if you're more into bronzing. But I actually really like this for like a bronzer kind of thing. It's really pretty. The packaging, it doesn't want to shut. It's like a little lip thing, and it doesn't want to shut. So that's one downside, that you can kind of get faulty packaging when it comes to Dollar Tree stuff. So we're going to go into blush, which is the Beauty Benefit Lasting Flush, and it says it's blendable and buildable, and it's in the shade Pink Orchid. It looks a lot darker in the camera than it does in person. I'm just going to be dipping in. Now it's firmly pressed. There's no like kick up or kickback, I should say. There's none of that. So I feel like that blush is non-existent right now. You really do need to... Jeez. I think the color is really pretty. Then I'm going to put some on my nose because I like a really blushed nose. So if you like a sheer blush, I think this is a good one. They do have other shades too, which I wish I got like a clip of how much of a range that I had at my Dollar Tree, but whew, this is really good. I really do like it. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of that I have to build it up, but for a beginner or just someone who wants to try out the formula, I mean, it's good. I'm happy with it. And I will be sure to show everything in natural lighting. That way you guys can get a better idea of how it's all looking. Now for highlight, we have the Pink Ice Highlight from Beauty Benefit. It says it's long lasting and illuminating. Glow with the flow. What the shade looks like, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys a swatch of that. And that's what it looks like on my finger. And then that's what it looks like. It has a very big pink shift to it. I don't even know if you can see that, but it has a very pink shift. I'm just going to be using this brush right here, and I'm just going to be going into the highlighter. It has a big pink shift to it, and it doesn't register on camera at all. It does emphasize my texture quite a bit. We're gonna be moving on to eyes now. I kind of want to go into this as like a nice transition shade. I already have my lids set and prepped and everything. For eyeshadow, I have these 3 singles right here. They didn't have too many colors I would actually wear on my eyes, so I wasn't gonna pick them up. But we have the shade Enchanting Rose. Cinnamon, which is a matte shade, which kind of looks very close like the powder foundation we have. And then I have a golden bronze, which is another beautiful shimmer. So this is the shade Cinnamon. The packaging feels really, really cheap, and you know, I feel like it can bust out or break out or fall out any moment, but as long as the product's good, that's all that matters. But it's really soft, so that's Cinnamon right there. Then we have golden bronze right here, which feels, and it's kind of chunky on my finger. It's really hard to tell, but it's pretty chunky. I'm just hoping that it works really nicely. Then we have, ooh, golden bronze right there. Then we have Enchanting Rose, which is pretty dark. In my opinion, they didn't have any like lighter shimmer shades, which I was pretty surprised about. So this one feels a lot more creamy. It has a yellow shift to it, but it looks pink. Like you can see it like right there. There's like a yellow shift to it. Again, not the biggest fan of yellow shifts, but that is a swatch of it. It's really pretty. It's like a duochrome. I mean, for $1, that's pretty good. But I'm gonna go into the shade Cinnamon, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that into my crease. The colors are almost identical on the eyes. At least I don't see a color difference in the color. It just looks slightly a bit darker. So there might not be that much color variation. So now for the lid, I'm going to be going into the shade Golden Bronze. I think it makes the most sense. So I'm just going to be taking my finger. And I'm not going to be using this wet because I want to see what I can do dry. That's really, really pretty. It's not as shimmery. At time work look, I think this is really pretty. I wouldn't say that this is like a shimmer by any means. I would say this is more of a satin kind of look. But I will say, now for the people who are minimalist when it comes to makeup and you don't want to have a lot of eyeshadow, or you just want just a little bit of something, or you're going away on like a 2-day trip or a day trip, then I honestly think these and like the powder foundation, if you use, like if you're around my skin tone of course, are perfect for like a very soft minimal eye look. I mean, I like this. This is really pretty. It's really natural. It doesn't look like you're trying, and I think it blends out beautifully. And it just adds a little bit of something to where, I think it just adds like just a little bit of something. So I have the Beauty Benefits liquid eyeliner. I have it in the shade Black, of course, and it's the smooth. It has smooth, precise application, one stroke color. So it doesn't say whether it's gonna dry down matte or not. I don't see that. It doesn't say anything about brushes, like kind of brush or felt tip it has or anything. I'm assuming it's probably a brush. So it has like a, it's like bendy. I'm not sure what kind of like tip that is, but it's definitely not a brush. But I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's not that black. It's not that black. It's kind of like a charcoal. So we're just gonna have to see. I'm not, like, I have no hope for like this eyeliner for whatever reason. That bad. It's actually a lot more black than what I expected it to be, but it's definitely shiny. I'm not the biggest fan of that. And also the applicator was really, really hard and pointy, and it actually kind of hurt like a little bit. But I mean, that looks really nice. It looks really, really dark and black. So I'm actually quite surprised about that because I had no hope in this then. So I went ahead and went in with Girl Next Door, and this is what it looks like. Like, if I didn't say what look this is, if I didn't say where I got everything, you probably wouldn't believe me if I used everything from the Dollar Tree because it looks so gorgeous. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of all the products that we tried out today. So starting off with the powder foundation, I like it. I like how it looks as contour. I like how it looks as like a little bit of eyeshadow. So for the blush, I think this is really pretty. Looks nice on the skin. This tone of it is really nice. The tone of it's really nice, and that's something that I have issues with tones of blushes. I think it's really pretty. You do have to build it up, which is not the biggest thing in the world, because a lot of people do like buildable blushes and then a very pigmented blush, but I really do like this blush. For highlighter, I think it's really glowy. It does emphasize texture, which if you're okay with that, then I would recommend it. If you can find a different shade, if you can find this in like a champagne, I would recommend it, but this is like very pinky, and I'm not the biggest fan of really overly pinky highlighters. I really do like this shade. It's something you're gonna have to build up. You're just not gonna get a lot of pigment all at once. It's not punchy. It's very buildable. This is very beginner friendly. If you're someone who wants to get into eyeshadow and doesn't know what they're doing, this is a really good, this shade right here, Cinnamon, is really good for just a nice outer V or all over the lid type of thing. Bronze, it's a very beautiful shade. It's not as shimmery. I think this is a beautiful topper type of shade. I really do love this, and honestly, if I can go back there, I would find this for my mom and pick these up for her, because I think this would be beautiful. She has a very warm, olivey kind of skin tone. I don't know if that's right. My mom's very warm in complexion, and I think these shades would look beautiful on her. So if I ever decided to declutter them, she would love this, especially for like a quick, easy makeup look for, you know, on her eyes. This would be really, really pretty on her. Then for Golden Rose, I like this. It's very, very pretty. I don't like the shift of it. Like, I wish it was just pink or just yellow. Eyeliner, I do like the eyeliner in a sense of it does the job. It's pigmented, but I will say the brush, if you're not into felt tipped brushes, I can see this getting really weird and like bendy very easily. It's like a hard sponge. I mean, that's what it looks like. So if you're not into that, then I wouldn't recommend this. If you're into matte eyeshadow, if you're into matte eyeliners, then this definitely isn't for you. If you're into brush eyeliners, this definitely isn't for you. It's very easy to use. I think it is beginner friendly in my opinion, but I can see that this wand can get very weird even when you're trying to put it back in the container. The Girl Next Door, it has a little bit of gold shimmer in it. It's very, very hard to see, but there's like a little bit of gold shimmer in it. This is the most natural one and the most natural looking lip gloss I have found in this range. These two colors, I honestly don't think anyone would wear a bubblegum pink lip gloss, and this peachy one people may like, so I can't rule it out. It just doesn't look the best on me, but they're very, very sheer and you can build them up to pigmentation. But I really do like this lip gloss. I think it's really, really pretty. It looks the most natural and I'm very happy with it. So overall, guys, I think this whole video was a win. I mean, there was a few products that were like hit and miss, or I just had to finesse them a little bit, but overall I really do like how this look came out. I think it's really beautiful. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.